oh man, it was a crazy game last night as we ended in a tie. A lot of observations to talk about, but a lot of news media outlets already talking about some big old headlines. And so we're going to get into overreactions. Reactions. Is this overreactions of the headlines that's taking place? We're just going to go ahead and get into it. But before we do that, if you are a fan of Hannibal Lecter and you would like to be a one-on-one dinner date with him, go ahead then to subscribe to my channel because we talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors, and we definitely get eaten alive in this fandom. Also, go ahead and put a steak knife into the heart of the like button and make sure that thing is all eaten up. Let's begin. One of the observations, one of the things that was taking place is Anthony Lynn's job status. Not just right now, but going forward, because Dan Campbell, the head coach, took over play calling for the Lions offense. And a lot of reports are saying, can he last after something like this? Now, Dan Campbell played it off like it was not a big deal, but make no mistake about it, it is a big deal. And I think it's not an overreaction to say that he could be one and done in Detroit. I think at this point, obviously you can't put all the blame on Anthony Lynn. I mean, point blank period. You got bad weapons on offense. Talk about quarterback play, wide receivers, all sorts of stuff of injuries. But when a head coach takes over play calling, that spells a lot of doom for the offensive coordinator. And I think when it comes to this year, he will ride out this year. But after the season is over, he will be let go as a Lions offensive coordinator. And I think we'll be looking for a new OC to take control of the Lions offense. It's a very big deal when you see the head coach go ahead and jump in and do that. He just said he wanted to talk to Jared Goff. I call the BS flag on that one because we're talking about calling plays, a lot of running style. And if you listen to what Jared Goff said, he said he liked the play calls that was taking place by Dan Campbell. We ran the football like this team should be running, and we're going to be talking about that in a little bit later. But it was a big difference from what we've seen from the previous weeks of offensive coordinator Anthony Lynn compared to Dan Campbell right now, and that spells new OC coming in 2022. Go ahead and hit that like button. Smash that like button. Let's get to 200 likes in this video. With your help, I know it can get it done. Go ahead and smash it. 0-17 is not happening anymore, as that ended with a tie. But now the new narrative is 0-16-1. Could the Detroit Lions go winless in 2021, match the 2008 record of 0 wins, but just a little bit different due to the tie? I still think it's very possible that occurs. We still have a very strong schedule. We're talking about the Cleveland Browns. We got to go to the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings. Tough schedule coming up. And for the Lions to pull off a victory, it's going to be difficult. As we've seen, we come close, but we never close it out. Running out of time, it's very possible that 0-16-1 happens. Could the Lions pull an upset? Absolutely. Any given Sunday. We've seen it this season. Jacksonville Jaguars upsets Washington football team last night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Upsets do happen, and maybe the Lions will pull off a victory. But until they get that win, until they can go ahead and get one in the win column, 0-16-1 is very possible, and that will be a rough season if this does occur. Do you want the Detroit Lions to not win a football game because it would secure the number 1 pick? Let me know in the comment section. I'm curious to see what you guys think about this. Me, I don't care about the draft. I want to win football games. Win, win, win. It's better than losing. And we tied last night. It wasn't a loss, but it wasn't a win. I'd love to get a W. A lot of outlets talking about with the offensive play calling by Dan Campbell, is this becoming a run-first football team? I'm not going to say that this is a run-first football team as of yet. It would be a little bit of an overreaction for me to say that. The reasoning, it's one football game. You want to see more consistent when it comes to running the football. Now, if they put a performance like they did last night in upcoming games, we can say that. But if you look at yesterday it was bad weather, Jared Goff was hurt, poor quarterback, wide receiver play, thus insert the running game. So I'm not going to say right now that we're a run-first team. But that is something I do covet. I would like the Lions to be more of a running football team. As you can see, when you run the football, you have a more chance to win games because it go ahead and rests your defense. It tears up the opposing team's defense, and that's what you want to see. So I can't wait for the next games that will be coming up. Will the Detroit Lions be consistent running the football? Yes, we do have some injuries. Hopefully Jamar Jefferson can get healthy, but we do got DeAndre Swift. Jamal Williams seems to get healthier every day, and Godwin Igwebuike continues to be a little spark of fire for the Lions running game. And when it comes to running the football, I think it definitely did help that Taylor Decker was back, and it comes to Matt Nelson, utilizes blocking as well. We'll see how the continuation of Dan Campbell does play calling on offense, and if he is continued to do that, then I think the Lions definitely could be a run-first team going in the future, because if they do end up firing Anthony Lynn, you probably look for an offensive coordinator that likes to run the football if he shows that in the up-and-coming games. Would you like to make some money? Go to chatsports.com/LionsBet. That is BetUS. Put in the promo code LIONS125. You get a 125% deposit bonus. You put in 100, you can spend 125. It is better than a scratch-off ticket. You have better chance of winning, and why not make a little bit of cash? Jared Goff, quarterback. A lot of people talking about, should Jared Goff be benched? Bench Jared Goff. What is going on with Goff? Because when you look at yesterday, 40 yards passing into the fourth quarter, that's not good. A little over 100 yards passing. We're talking about a full four-quarter games plus overtime, full overtime, and that's all you got. Now, I don't think Jared Goff is going to be benched. If they were to bench Jared Goff, you think they would have done it yesterday. He was injured, the poor play that was taking place, and yet it did not happen. I think he should at some point be held account for the lack of play. And at some point, you just got to see what you have in the other guys. Now, we kind of know we got David Blau, but what about Tim Boyle? He's getting healthier as well, so we shall see. But I personally believe that Dan Campbell is riding with Jared Goff this year through thick and thin, regardless of what the fans want, or regardless of what I want and other individuals want. That's the way it's going to be. That doesn't mean necessarily he's going to be guaranteed to be the guy, not just this year, but going forward. Because I think, I don't know what you guys saw yesterday in the game, but what I saw, I do think it's important to draft a quarterback. I don't think it's an overreaction to say it's a must. Now, I'm not saying taking a quarterback with the first round. You can find quarterbacks in other rounds as well. Talking second round, third round, you can find it. I think it would be important, though, for if a player like Ritter fell to the Lions in the third round, a player of that caliber at some point, the Lions should address the quarterback position. Why? Because we've seen what anemic offense looks like. You cannot win consistently with play that we have seen yesterday and obviously the previous weeks this NFL season. The best way to get a quarterback is one in the draft because it's the lower cost of cap, and there is some quality players you can find. There is some diamonds in the rough, and they wouldn't have to necessarily play right off the bat next year. It could be a situation where they do sit a little bit until the coaching staff believes he should take over, because if the Detroit Lions come back with the same three quarterbacks next year. Now, I'm saying that obviously Jared Goff is going to be back next year's contract. But we're talking about David Blau and Tim Boyle. If we're coming back with those three quarterbacks next year, does that instill any confidence from the passing game to you? To me, absolutely no confidence. Because if David Blau or Tim Boyle cannot beat out Jared Goff, we have a problem. We need to develop a young guy. We got the draft capital to do it this year, and we need the help. It's simple as that. What if they decide to not go drafting a quarterback? You could find some options in free agency. Maybe our Marcus Mariota, you take him on the team. But I think it's important that the Detroit Lions do find and get a different name of quarterback in this quarterback room, because the Lions are absolutely going nowhere if we're doing this type of play where we're talking 40 yards in the fourth quarter. You can't do it. It's unacceptable. You have to be able to have some sort of passing game, because right now, passing for 1 yard to 5 yards, how can you continue to do that and be successful? You cannot, in my opinion. Let's talk about the Detroit Lions defense and Aaron Glenn. First off, I don't think it's an overreaction to say that Aaron Glenn is doing an absolutely fantastic job right now. Maybe one of the better coaches on the staff. He has a lot of injuries on defense. We're talking about backups of the backups. And yet, the Detroit Lions defense continues to do better on all three of the phases right now. He's better than offense, and we're having issues with kicking the field goal on special teams. And with lack of talent and a lot of players that were undrafted in there making some plays, that's a testament to Aaron Glenn and his ability to put players in position to succeed, as well as his play calling ability. Now, I'm not saying he's the greatest defensive coordinator at all, but imagine when you do give this man some talent, legitimate talent, what this defense could look like. Tracy Walker out of the game. We're talking about people who just got signed from the practice squad this week playing because of injury. That is a great sign for our coordinator, and I can't wait to see what's going forward. But hopefully, he is good to go for the Detroit Lions for the next couple of years. You'd like to keep coaches that are good and make sure that they're a staple for your team going forward. In the upcoming videos, we do got some videos dropping tomorrow, Wednesday. We're talking about a little bit of the draft. On Thursday, we got the One Pride podcast on my channel, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're new to the channel, come on down. We have the mailbag segment where if you guys got questions, you put it in the comment section. We go ahead and answer it as a panel. A fun, interactive time. Sunday, live watch party, Detroit Lions, Cleveland Browns. Get ready for it. It's going to be a great game regardless, win or lose, because we have fun on my channel.